everyone, it's Megan here. It's been exactly a week since my IUI, so I'm 7 days post-IUI today. I'm here to give you just a little update. Sorry I haven't made a video since my last one over a week ago. I actually ended up having oral surgery 2 days ago. That's why my cheek is a little puffy. I just look kind of like a chipmunk. I had my wisdom teeth out about 6 weeks ago. Actually, it's been almost 7 weeks now. And I wanted to make sure that I had them out before we did our first really aggressive cycle with the IUI. They wouldn't, of course, do surgery unless they knew 100% that I wasn't pregnant. And then if I did end up pregnant, and I ended up having problems with my teeth during those 9 months while I was pregnant, I wouldn't be able to have them out. So since I had my upper right one starting to come in, I decided to have all 4 surgically removed. And anyways, my surgeon wasn't the best surgeon. I mean, I had such a long recovery from the first surgery. My bottom left tooth was coming in sideways and underneath the tooth in front of it, so he ended up having to drill down into the bone to remove it. Well, like, weeks and weeks went by, and this side of my mouth, like, it never completely healed. I never felt like I could open my jaw as much as I should have been able to if it was completely healed, and it was always still a little sore here on my face. And you know, I had been back to him a couple times, and he told me, oh, you know, it was a tougher surgery and you're just going to take a little bit more time to recover. Just give it time, give it a couple more weeks. And, you know, I had been in there several times, and that's what he told me every time. So, you know, I just didn't waste my time going back to him, because I felt like unless there was something seriously wrong, he was going to end up telling me the same thing again. Even though almost everyone else I know had recovered within like 3 days of their surgery and was completely fine. Well, long story short, over the weekend while I was at work, my face just out of nowhere completely swelled up. I mean, it was out to here. It was throbbing. I was in so much pain. I didn't have anybody to cover for me at work this weekend at the hospital. So, you know, luckily I work in a hospital, so I did have one of the ER doctors check it out and just like tell me, you know, what they thought it was. And they said, yeah, it looks like an infection. So I went back to the oral surgeon on Monday, and my husband, of course, he was like, this guy is not touching you again after all the complications I had with the first surgery. So we kind of politely told him, you know, we would like to see someone else for a second opinion. So he referred us to another surgeon who ended up being really, really nice. I think, you know, he did a great job. It was really tough because I went in there and he did an x-ray, and he said that there was a really bad infection in my cheek and in my jaw, and he had to go in and open it up and drain out. There was an abscess next to my tooth, so he had to drain out all the pus and debris. And he said normally he would put someone to sleep for that, because it's like a pretty serious surgery, because he has to go in and actually scrape the bone and get all the debris out and try and find what was causing the infection. But because I told him, you know, we just had this insemination last week and I have no idea if I'm pregnant or not, I don't want to risk anything. So I stayed awake for the surgery, and he basically just gave me a bunch of shots of like local anesthetic. It wasn't able to numb the entire area because your bone is so deep that it's kind of hard to get the entire area numb. That was very, very uncomfortable. It was pretty gross. I mean, I heard him and the nurse while they're in there draining everything going, you know. So I was like, oh, that doesn't sound good. He told me there was a lot of pus, and he was able to find a dead little piece of bone, a bone fragment that was stuck inside my jaw, that the first surgeon obviously didn't get out. So what happened is that got impacted, and after it decayed, it caused all this bacteria, which caused an infection. So it was pretty nasty, and yeah, the surgery was no fun at all. So this is why I look like a little chipmunk. They did the surgery on Monday, and it's now Wednesday, so it actually looks a lot better. I mean, if you guys could have seen me after my first surgery, my face was like out to here, and it was all bruised, and it was horrible. I mean, I couldn't talk, I couldn't eat for weeks, so this is really nothing, and I'm really not in that much pain. The surgeon said he thought he was able to get all the infection, so now I'm taking antibiotics and pain pills, which I'm nervous about because, again, I don't know if I'm pregnant or not. So the antibiotics they cleared as fine. The pain medication, they said the type that I'm taking should be fine, but I'm still only taking it like if I really, really need it, because I don't want to take anything that's, could cause any problems. Okay, so with all that going on, I really haven't had too much time to think about being pregnant, although, of course, yeah, I think about it. But I haven't had any symptoms at all, which is weird, because usually after I ovulate, I at least have symptoms from ovulating, like sore breasts or sore nipples or some cramping on and off. I haven't had anything. Really, the only thing that I've had is some, sorry TMI, but I've had some like creamy white discharge, and other than that, I haven't had any signs of even like post-ovulation. So it's strange to me. I don't know what's going on, but I went in to give my blood for the progesterone test today to check my levels to make sure that I did have a good ovulation, and I should have those results in a couple days, hopefully by Friday. They'll let me know what my progesterone level is. So other than that going on, really I'm just waiting to test till Monday at least. I'll be 12 days post-IUI on Monday, and I have no symptoms. I don't feel pregnant. I really don't think that I'm pregnant. I will be completely shocked if I end up getting a positive. Honestly, this has just been a really weird cycle, and with everything going on with the surgery and stuff, I just don't see how all that stress could have possibly been conducive for us being able to get pregnant this cycle, and it was our first IUI, so I don't have really, really high hopes, but I am curious to see what's going to happen, so I will definitely keep you posted. If anything else comes up, then I will make another video, but that's about it for now. So any of you out there who have not had your wisdom teeth out, make sure you have a really good surgeon when you do have to get them out, and best of luck to you. I think they told me I was in like the 5% of patients who end up getting this kind of infection after surgery, so lucky me. It's awful, but I'm glad it's over, and hopefully that'll be the last of it. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep myself busy and not think too much about anything. I can't really think about if I am pregnant, if I'm not pregnant. The symptoms that I have are like zero, so like I said, deep down I really just feel like I'm not. So I'd like to hear any input from you guys if you ended up having pregnancies with zero symptoms, or if you'd like to share any of the symptoms that you did have like during this time frame. Like I said, I'm about 7 days post-IUI and post-ovulation today. So I will talk to you girls soon. Alright, bye-bye.